You done heard 1,000 times before that there's no history of the Israelites ever being in Egypt, right? What if I told you that I found the city of the Hebrews in Egypt, hidden in plain sight? And I'm going to bring it out at the Passover. This Passover 2016. I'm going to drop today's word.
Shalom, SKYPE to all my brothers. We are the I.S.U.P.K. We started 1 West 125th Street in Harlem, New York in 1969 under command of GEN.YAHANNA. You understand? I'm going to come out today and bring out this Bible, the one that you don't open every Sunday in church, the 1611 King James Version, is the black man's history. The so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians are the true Israelites in the Bible. And I'm here to bring that out today to unbrainwash you from the white man's knowledge. You understand? All right, we're going to start at Acts chapter 13, verse 1, and show you that the prophets and the teachers in this Bible were not white people, like they present on the media. All right? Read.
Come. Acts chapter 13, verse 1. Now there were in the church that was at Antioch certain prophets and teachers.
Certain what?
Certain prophets and teachers.
He's about to tell you something about these prophets and these teachers that are in the scriptures, the Holy Bible. Keep reading.
As Barnabas and Simeon, that was called Niger.
Were called what?
That was called Niger.
They were called Nigger. You understand? And if you don't understand what that means, they were called niggers. Niggas. You understand? It's just a derivative word that means black. These prophets and these teachers, according to the scriptures, were black men. Not no white-haired lily dogs. No white people, you understand? But now in the media today, you'll go look at every story about Moses or Christ or anyone like that, and it'll be a white man. You understand? Christ was not no white man. He was a black man. Moses was not no white man. He was a black man.
Right.
You go, they just made that Gods of Egypt movie. Everyone was white, but everyone in Egypt was a black person or an African. They were not no white people. You understand? And I'm going to keep bringing it out. Go to Lamentations chapter 5, verse 10. The Christian church and all these nasty leaders like to tell you that color is in the Bible. That is a damn lie. You understand? Color actually matters in the scriptures. The Lord himself is a racist, and there's color everywhere in the Bible. You understand? But they don't like to tell you this. All you got to do in that Christian church is dance and sing and say you got the Holy Spirit and just like prostitutes and whores. You understand? That's what goes on in Christian church. No reading, no knowledge, nothing. You don't know your history. You don't know the Bible. You understand? You don't know the Lord. All right? Got that?
Come.
Read.
Lamentations chapter 5, verse 10. Our skin was black.
Our what?
Our skin was black.
Our what?
Our skin was black.
Their skin was black. Just like these brothers here with me. Their skin was black. Moses was a damn black man. You understand? Jeremiah was a black man. And the most important man that ever walked the planet, Jesus Christ himself, was a black man. No nasty white devil. You understand me? These are things that the Christian church and all these other nations decided to hide from you. So you wouldn't know the true power and the true history of your people. You understand? When you go and look on the media and you read all these books and you see that all the greatest people on the planet were actually white people, that does a psychological damage to you black people. You understand? You start believing that you can't amount to nothing. The only thing you think you can do is run up and down on the basketball court and the football court. It's brainwash. That's what they have done. They have taken your history and said it is theirs. You understand? You don't know your history. But if you open up this Bible, comes to I.S.U.P.K. into our classes, you'll actually learn your true history. You understand? Because the Bible is the #1 historic book for a black, Hispanic, or Native American Indian. You understand me? This is your history book. It's not no religion. It is your culture. But they don't bring that out. And another thing everyone likes to say is that every black person is an African. That is a damn lie. I'm gonna have my brother grab the Zonderman's Bible Dictionary and go to hand for him, go to Shaw. You understand? I'm gonna show you that you black people, you aren't Africans. Your skin tone, the skin color doesn't make you who you are. Your bloodline makes you who you are.
That's right.
And your bloodline doesn't go back to no Africans. I don't want to be affiliated with no Africans, because over there in Africa, all they're doing is eating elephant booty, sleeping with their brothers and sisters, and raping little kids. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to be affiliated with these type of people. And you are better than that. And I'm going to bring it out today. You got that?
Right.
Read.
This is the Zondervan's Bible Dictionary. Ham, the youngest son of Noah.
Everyone should know the story of Noah. When the Lord told him to build the ark and get all the people he could onto there, the animal, every species of animal, a male and a female, and then he flooded the whole planet. You understand? You should know about the story of Noah. Keep going.
Born about 96 years before the flood.
He was born 96 years before the flood. He was old. You understand? Read.
And one of the 8 persons to live through the flood.
One of the 8 people who lived through the flood. There was Noah, his 3 sons, and all their wives. 8 people survived in that flood.
He became the progenitor.
The word progenitor, he became a progenitor. That means he became like a forefather. Understand?
Of the dark races.
Of the dark races. You going?
Not the Negroes.
But not the who?
Not the Negroes.
Not the Negroes. That means there has to be something different between the dark races and the Negroes. That is separation. You know what I'm saying? He's separating the dark races, all the other dark races from the Negroes. Keep going.
But the Egyptians.
He was the center of the Egyptians,
Ethiopians,
Libyans,
and Canaanites.
You understand? The Egyptians they were Africans. You understand? They weren't no white people like they tell you on the media today either. All right? And I'm having my brother bring another book out because all you like to know, all you study, all you want to know is the white man's history, what he brings out. You don't want to trust the black man and his knowledge. So I'm gonna grab your forefather, your daddy's, the devil's knowledge. Grab a black image of the white mind, Uncle Shaw, and let's see what another book that your father wrote about your history, about who you actually are. Since you want to claim the identification of an African. You understand? You got that?
God.
Read, tell me what book it is.
The Black Image in the White Minds, page 74. In the 1840s, Morton collaborated with George R. Glidden, an Egyptologist.
That means he did a lot of Egypt work over there in Egypt and studied many of their ancient ruins. You going?
Who provided him with mummy heads.
He provided them with mummy heads. You know, when someone important died, they would bury him under like the pyramid, wrap him up like a mummy, and put him in the tomb and have him buried with all his money. All right?
And information about the racial significance of Egyptian tomb inscriptions.
All right, keep going.
In I.S.U.P.K, published in 1844.
This was published in 1844. This isn't no new book. It's been out here for a while now. Read.
Morton pointed out that both the cranial and archaeological evidence showed that Egyptians were not Negroes.
So cranial, which is your head, your brain, and what was the other one?
Archaeological,
like like how the bodies look and everything like that, like the blood and everything. You know what I'm saying? It showed that the Egyptians were not what?
Not Negroes.
Not Negroes. You blacks are walking around today. You are not Negroes. I mean, you are not You are not Africans. You understand? You should not want to affiliate yourself or call yourself another African ever again. All right? Go back to the scriptures, and then grab Psalms chapter 83. Keep going.
As abolitionists and colonizationists had maintained, and that in fact blacks were relegated to the same servile position in ancient Egypt as in modern America.
That is saying right there that no, when you came over here to slavery over in America, you were the slaves over there in Egypt. The white man likes to push on his media in his history that they were the ones that were slaves building those pyramids. Well, that's a damn lie. You think a white skinned haired lily dog can stand out in the desert heat like that? They get sunburned, their skin's gonna boil up and they'll die from heat exhaustion.
That's right.
You understand? Us black people, we have a great toleration to that thing. That's what the melanin in our skin does to help prevent us from getting burns and stuff on our skin. No white man can survive in those type of temperatures, you understand me? Especially doing that type of servile work. All right? You got that scripture for me? Psalms 83 and 3, but sure.
Psalms chapter 83, verse 3. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people.
These heathen, these other nations, so-called white man, Arab man, Japanese, Chinese, they have all taken crafty counsel, which means they all sat at a table like this and started chatting. All right, keep going.
And consulted against thine hidden ones.
They consulted against us. The only people that were in that meeting weren't in that meeting were us, the so-called Negroes, Hispanics, and Native American Indians. All right, keep reading.
They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation.
These other nations wanted to cut us off from being a nation. They did not want us to be serving the Most High God.
Right.
They did not want us to know who we are. So you know what? No, they did. They stripped us of our culture. They beat it out of us during slavery. You understand? They decided to do these things to us to keep us in the position we are today, which is oppressed.
Right.
Keep us on crack cocaine, in the ghettos, dying. You understand? This is what they wanted us to do. They all took crafty counsel against us to separate us from each other. You understand? Now a black man will love a white person more than he loves his own brother. All right, keep going.
Okay. That the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
Our people nowadays, you go over to an average black person, you ask 10 of them, and you ask them what their nationality is, none of them will know. They'll say they're Afro-American, saying that their hair texture makes them who they are. They'll say that they're African when we just proved that they aren't African. They'll say they're African-American when that's two different continents, you understand? Our people don't know who they are. And now you go over to Jerusalem now, over in Israel, and it's full of white people. They call them the true Jews, you understand? But they are not Jews. The so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians are Jews, true Israelites. No white person can be a Jew, you understand? They made us in no more remembrance. We don't know who he is. We want to claim other religions like Christianity, Islam, but we don't want to do the one thing is open our history book right here, the Holy Bible. You understand me? Got more on that?
Lie.
Read verse 5.
For they have consulted together with one consent.
They all consulted together. They all came up with one idea together, and they chose that idea. You going?
They are confederate against thee.
They are all confederate against thee. That means all these other nations, they are teaming up against you. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American Indian man, just like Donald Trump. You see his rallies nowadays? Everything he says is racist. He wants to send the Mexicans back to where they came from when this is their land to begin with.
Right.
Then he wants to send all you blacks back to Africa when you aren't even African.
Right.
You understand that? He's showing his true racism. And what he stands for is what every white person stands for.
That's right.
You understand? They just might not tell you. They'll just give you that fake smile on your face, shake your hand, and say you're still in their mind they hate you. They'll act like you're a friend, but they do what they can to keep you oppressed because these nations hate your guts because how amazing you are. You know, we want the best thing for a black, Hispanic, Native American Indian is segregation, separating yourself from these other nations and coming to the I.S.U.P.K.
That's right.
You understand? Coming to classes, learning your history, learning your culture, and coming back to the Most High. Understand? Go to First Maccabees in the Apocrypha, and go chapter 3, verse 48. All right, and I'm gonna bring out that these other heathen, these other nations, they do whatever they can to keep you at the state you're in. You understand? That's your history. They during that Great Depression that you should be fond of, know that they teach you how America was nothing, everyone was Great Depression and all that. Black people weren't in the Great Depression. Black people had Black Wall Street. You understand? We had our own hospitals, our own restaurants, teachers, billionaires, schools, everything like that. We had 36 blocks of black. You understand? We were not in no depression. We were thriving. We had everything we could imagine because we separated from these other heathen. You understand? It was strictly black people. But then white people got jelly. You understand? They got jealous and they did not like it. So you know what they did? They bombed their own state, Tulsa, Oklahoma, and blew up Black Wall Street. And now the Wall Street nowadays is white. You understand? They do whatever they can to keep you under them. And the only reason you're under them is because you don't want to follow the Most High.
That's right.
You don't want to follow these law, statutes, commandments. You want to love everybody and dance under a rainbow coalition. You understand?
Right.
That you want to celebrate holidays and all these abominations. You understand? You don't want to do what the Most High says. All right, you got that?
Come.
Read.
First Maccabees chapter 3, verse 48. And laid open the book of the law.
The book of the law, which is the Holy Bible, you understand? The law, statutes, commandments. You reading?
Wherein the heathen had sought out to paint the likeness of their images.
These heathen, these devils, these white people, everything nowadays, everything that used to be black, they painted white. They would have someone that's a good painter, and they'd have everyone paint everyone great and make their skin white. You understand? They did that to Mozart. Mozart was a black man. They did that to Beethoven. Beethoven was a black man. They did that to Shakespeare. He was a black man. All the prophets in the Bible, they were all black men. Jesus Christ himself was a black man, you understand? But they sit there and they paint all these images white. And then that just destroys a black man's psyche, you understand? Then he thinks all he can do is shoot a basketball, run up a football court, and be a homosexual.
Right.
You understand? That's what happens when a black man and woman doesn't believe they can be anything great in the planet. That's what happens when they paint every great person to be white or any other color, you understand? Any other nation. But once we bring this out, you don't want to accept it. The scriptures say the Lord's people are destroyed for a lack of knowledge. You understand? You don't want to open up a book. You don't want to study. All you want to do is sit on your couch with your whore and watch hip hop in Atlanta.
Right.
Or and all these black shows that promote homosexuality, like Empire and all these things. You don't want to study, you just want to be a slave.
Right.
You just want to love white people and do what white people do and love everybody.
That's
you understand?
right.
You don't want to do what the Most High says because you weak, you understand? You don't want to stand up for what's right. You don't want to know your true history because you honestly don't care.
Right.
You understand? Go to John chapter 8, verse 44, Bible Sharp. And I'm gonna need you to go to the Babylon Timbuktu. All right, I'm gonna bring it out that you trust white people more than you trust your own people. You love white people more than you trust your own people. You understand? That shouldn't be like that. The Lord wants one race to deal with that race. He wants you to deal with your own people, which means you so-called blacks, Hispanics, Native American Indians. You need to deal with your own people. That's where your power is. That's how it should be, and that's how the Most High wills it.
That's right.
You understand? But you want to follow your own lusts, your own heart. You understand? You don't want to follow the Most High. You want to follow the doctrines and philosophies of these other devils.
Right, right.
And most importantly, Christianity. When Christianity has not done anything for a black person, Hispanic, Native American Indian, you understand? Except keep you oppressed and brainwashed into loving your oppressors. You understand? You got that for me?
Come.
Read.
John chapter 8, verse 44. Ye are of your father, the devil.
Of the father who?
The devil.
You love your father, the devil. You understand? The white man. You love him more than you love the Most High God. You love him more than anything else. You love him more than your family, your parents, your brothers, your sisters, or yourself. You understand? You trust what he says more than you trust what anyone else says. And it's disgusting. You understand? It's an abomination right there. Alright, you got that?
Come. And the lust of your father ye will do.
The lust of your father he will do. Now you're gonna be smoking weed, smoking cigarettes, being a homosexual. Whatever your father says is okay, oh, you decide to do it yourself. You understand? Oh, they say a man can just wear a dress. Oh, okay, so you start wearing a dress like Young Thug.
Right.
You want to? Oh, it's okay to be homosexual now? Then you start going to sleep with the same sex. When the Most High says in the Bible that a homosexual should be put to death.
Right.
You understand? You follow your own lusts. You don't follow what actually is right. What happens when you're homosexual? You get AIDS. You get HIV and all these other diseases, and the end result is death. You understand? And it's disgusting. All right? Got more on that?
Come.
Read.
He was a murderer from the beginning.
These white people, they were a murderer from the beginning. How did they get this land? They killed 77 million of our brothers and sisters to steal this land. You understand? They put 99 million of our so-called Negroes on the transatlantic slave trade, and we died. You understand? We were in slavery for 400, 500 years. These devils were a murderer from the beginning. And then what are they doing today? They are murdering you on the streets and getting away with it.
That's right.
You understand? These police, these devils, they kill you, walk away, and they get a raise. They get jets and money off of your death and bleeding in the streets. That's who you want to follow? Are you sure? you should second guess it, all right? And come back to the law, statutes, commandments of the Most High. You won't be the one that is shot down dead in the street, left there for 6 hours like a damn dog. You understand? Anyone on that?
Come on, come.
Keep reading.
And abode not in the truth.
He does not tell you the truth. You understand? That's why he says you are a Gentile. That's why he says you are nothing. You understand? That's why he says you are an African. But we're gonna keep bringing that out, that you are the true Jews of the Bible, the true Israelites, you understand? And we're gonna go to your daddy's, your father, the devil's history and his knowledge and see what's up. You got that, Barney?
From Babylon to Timbuktu, page 84, in the year 65 BC.
In the year 65 BC, which means before Christ, go on.
The Roman armies under General Pompey captured Jerusalem.
They what?
Captured Jerusalem.
This army under General Pompey, they captured, which means they grabbed up and took Jerusalem. You understand? Read.
In 70 AD, General Vespasian and his son Titus put an end to the Jewish state.
An end to what?
To the Jewish state.
They put an end. That means they took it and made it theirs. You understand? Keep going.
With great slaughter.
With what?
Great slaughter.
Great slaughter. That means a lot of murder and killing. Just like John chapter 8 verse 44 said, he was a murderer from the beginning.
That's right.
You understand? He murdered and did great slaughter to the Jewish state. All right? Keep reading.
During the period of the military governors of Palestine, many outrages and atrocities were committed against the residue of the people.
Outrages and atrocities were committed. You want to know what outrageous and atrocity will be? That will be them hanging our black women upside down while they're pregnant, cutting their belly open, and using that fetus as a soccer ball. You understand? Or bashing our babies' heads against the rocks, using them as alligator bait. That's an atrocity. You wouldn't want that to happen to your people. You understand? But that's what happened to ours. That's what these murderers, these devils did to our people, but you still want to love him more than you love your own people. You think the Most High is gonna be with you in that? Nah, you must be joking. You got the Lord messing for a fool. You understand? Keep going.
During the period from Pompey to Julius, it has been estimated that over 1 million Jews.
1 million what?
1 million Jews fled into Africa.
They fled into Africa. So if you're gonna go flee and run away, you're gonna go hide. You understand? You're gonna go hide. But if the Jews were white people like they claim they are, how would you go hide your white nasty skin in the midst of a whole bunch of black Africans? Let me know. If I go to a crowd of Caucasus babies, white people, and try to hide in the congregation of them being the only black person, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get spotted real quick.
Right.
You understand? So it doesn't make sense why they would go flee into Africa and try to hide. They would get pointed out real quick. All right? Keep reading.
Fleeing from Roman persecution and slavery.
And what?
And slavery.
Who went into slavery from Africa? Black people, not no white people.
Right.
You understand? They were not the Jews that fled from Jerusalem. You understand? That's just a damn lie by these devils, these liars and deceivers. They deceived you into believing that they are the true Jews because they took your culture. They took your history. You understand? Keep reading.
The slave markets were full of black Jewish slaves.
Black what?
Black Jewish slaves.
The slave markets, just like we had over here in America, were full of black Jewish slaves. From your father's history, he just said that the Jews were black people. You understand? So you need to stop believing the Jews are whites. You need to stop believing you're an African. You understand? That's just a damn lie. You say you're African American, but Africa was named after a white explorer named Scipio Africanus.
Why you trying to stop the dude? If this is not the truth, would I die for a lie? Hell nah, I never do. I'ma die for the truth. This is what I'm telling you. Hoping that your mind bulletproof of what they telling you. Hoping you ain't buying all the lies they been selling you. Never knew all the fucking faggot shit they grabbing do. Bet they run when the news come like the Reverend do. We on the grind trying to help these Jews find they mind. They stole our Jews, but we still gon' shine. Our brothers gone locked up, all they doing is time. I can't wait until the devil gotta pay for his crimes. Hey.
I be sipping on my sorrow. You fucked over me today, well I can't fuck with you tomorrow. Pay no mind and I can borrow. I'm gon' spread that U.P.K. until them devils feel my sorrow.